Really was a tale of two halves. We've competed against these guys a lot through the years, and with a new team, it's hard to explain just how physical they drive the basketball and how aggressive they are and how well they rebound the ball. And I thought in the first half, their foot speed, we were a little late. They were by far the more aggressive team. They whipped us at the foul line. They whipped us points in the paint. We didn't make them miss much. When we did make them miss, we couldn't grab it. And they were just, again, they played really great, to their credit, man. They played a very good first half. They made threes. And on our end, just thought we were a little late. Late on our closeouts, which gave them driving angles, which makes you step up at the rim. Now you're having to help. Now they have rebounding angles, and it was just kind of a reoccurring theme. Got to half, and we just talked about told them we were gonna have to play better. I mean, it wasn't like a tongue lashing or throwing or breaking anything. It was just like, hey man, we're gonna have to play better. We have time. Let's chip away at it. And we kind of flipped the script in the second half. Second half, we went to the foul line 18 times. They only went 5. We out-rebounded them. And for the most part, our physicality around the basket was good. And then, Atten made another big shot with the game on the line.
Can you speak a little bit more on that final shot from Atten? He seems to really have that clutch gene.
Yeah, it's what you expect. From a senior guard that's played a lot of basketball, played in a lot of big games, made game winners before, not only for us, but in his career. And, he's a guy that's not afraid of the moment, and that's a big part of being in that moment. You have to be willing to miss, and he's not afraid of that. And even before that, I just thought, getting to the foul line 11 times, driving the ball, drawing fouls, driving the ball, drawing fouls. And it was, just he's comfortable in those moments.
How do you think you guys kind of balanced prep for UAB over this long little break, and what did you guys kind of focus on in practice, and did it kind of show today?
It depends which half you watched. No, but like I said, it's hard to prepare for if you haven't felt it. You can watch it on film, you can talk about it, but again, just how aggressive they were early and their ability to drive the ball, get paint touches, make you help, and then go rebound. It had us on our heels. We were backed up. We were late. We were soft. And they will do what they did to us if you have that type of disposition to start a game. And then I think in the second half we just did a little bit better. We pressured the ball a little bit more, pushed them out of their offensive sets. We were able to get stops. Then we're able to score, and it again just kind of flipped the whole script.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys played really well defensively late. Did you just, like you said, settle down a little more?
Yeah, I thought we became the aggressors. Again, it was like they were by far more aggressive early, and I felt like we were more aggressive in the second half, and we were early to help, and we guarded the ball. We kept them out of the paint. When they did get into the paint, we didn't give them angles. And then probably as important as anything is when they missed, we were able to do a better job of blocking them out and came up with big rebounds late.
Yeah, plus it wasn't just – you focus on that last shot there, obviously, but it seemed like you had a bunch of big buckets and big clutch moments from a bunch of other guys. Like Massey came through a couple of times for you. Like, was that just kind of a team effort?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And Latrell Jostle kept us afloat in the first half. I mean, to even keep us – connected to even come back, and he made big shots in the second half, and he's done that. When he's had a good sense this year of like when we've needed a little something, like when we were at high point and we were down, like he came in and started making shots. I thought Mullah played really good in the second half, got in the early foul trouble. And then even a guy like Rondell, when you look at the stat sheet, he was 0 for 1, didn't score a basket, but he was plus 15 when he was on the floor. and he was impactful with the way he was defending and guarding. So across the board, you know, it takes everybody.
And can you speak a little bit more on the game that Latrell had? I mean, just thoughts on the way he contributed from beyond the perimeter today.
Yeah, 4 steals. Again, he's one of our more aggressive players, and you know, really encouraged him to go guard the ball and be aggressive and get after it. Came up with 4 steals and, like I said, made monster shots, man. In the first half, in particular, when we were really teetering, we looked lost a little bit, and he just jumped up and made some tough shots.
Did you learn anything about the team's resilience in those tight moments today?
Yeah, for sure. Because again, this is a new team. You know, we talked about it at halftime. Like, this was a new experience for us. Conference opener. You know, there'd been a couple guys that had played conference games in the American, but a majority hadn't. And then for this team, it was the first time we had faced a big deficit. I guess we were down maybe 12, 13 maybe at McNeese. So we had been there a little bit before, but it's a different feeling when you're at home and it just doesn't go the way you thought it. And I thought we did a really good job of like staying composed, didn't turn on each other, stayed together, and again, we were just a lot more aggressive in the second half.
And what would you say is going to be the focus leading up to this matchup with Memphis, and just early thoughts on them?
I mean, I haven't watched them a ton other than just kind of like on TV, so I haven't really watched. But I mean, I love Coach Hardaway's team this year. They have those 3 guards are really good. Hunter, Colby Rogers, who was at Wichita State last year, and then P.J. Haggard, who was at Tulsa. We're familiar with those guys. So their backcourt is as good as anybody in college basketball. They've played an incredibly difficult non-league schedule. And so, yeah, it's going to be a monster challenge. And, yeah, well, it'll take a better defensive effort than the one we had today, put it like that. It's going to take 40 minutes of better defense than what we showed today. But we can learn from it. There's a lot of even up the play that Johnson hit the 3 on. The more we play together, the more you are comfortable in those moments. Because Jasper and Atten, they switched it, then they switched it again, and then on the third time, they both went with, you know? And those things happen really fast in those moments, and you just have to play together. The more you play together, the more comfort you find in like, no, we switch, not switch, oh crap, you know? And we've been fortunate in a couple of these 10 bailed us out. Oregon State was the same thing. We're up 3. We gave up a late 3 because we botched the coverage. So we can continue to get better. Those guys know they can get better, and we will get better. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good New Year. Be safe out there.
That was a heck of a comeback. You had just what's it feeling like to win a game like that?
Like to me, like any other game.
Yeah.
I mean,
it feels good. I mean, as a starter conference, obviously it's definitely more important. But it was good getting that first win. I mean, this is always a matchup every year that's difficult for North Texas, and you know we just gave them a good fight.
You know, that shot at the end, man, it didn't look like you got a terrific look at it. He was all over you. What happened on that play to win it?
Yeah, I mean, that was good defense, but I mean, I just make shots, and it was just another shot, honestly. I do that all the time.
that's just him. I didn't probably see him do it like 20 times in practice.
Yeah.
That's a great shot for him.
Facts.
Can you just describe the feeling after you saw that one fall?
It felt good. It felt good because you know we played really hard in the second half, and to come back, and especially being at home, we don't want to give up any losses at home, and yeah, it was just amazing. I mean, I'm just happy for me and my team, honestly, make them happy.
Did y'all learn anything about just the team's resilience and just y'all's mentality today?
I feel like we kind of been through that. Mm-hmm. You know, we came in at halftime, and it wasn't too much to be said because we kind of knew what to do. We knew we'd been here before. We just kind of knew. We got an older group, so we didn't play a lot of basketball. So we kind of know what it takes to come back from a deficit like that. You got to be calm. You can't really be too jittered up.
And you know, just looking at your individual performance, Latrell, I mean, what do you think you did well today? I mean, 6 threes, seems like you couldn't miss out there.
I was just catching and shooting. That's the thing. I'm thankful for my teammates to find me. I can't hit those threes if somebody don't dribble it and pass it to me, you know. So I just say, you know, my team been telling me to just be ready to shoot, and they found me today, and I was ready to knock it down.
What brought you guys back in the second half, do you think?
Our togetherness. A lot of teams crack when they get in that position. They start breaking off into, okay, we got to make one home run play to come back, and we didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coach made sure to let us know that it was going to take stops and just breaking them down to get back in the game, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
And what did y'all see from UAB today early in that first half that caused y'all some issues?
Tough team.
They was making shots, honestly, getting good looks. I mean, we weren't really being as aggressive on defense, so they were kind of getting comfortable shooting their shots. But, I mean, it was honestly making shots. It was making tough shots.
They made a few tough ones for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give them credit. You know, they're a good team. They're a great team. Actually, they got size. They got good guard play. So, I give them credit.
Your guys' defense was so much better in the second half. They kind of blitzed you early. What changed on the defensive end?
I just say the urgency to get to where we were at. We had a lot of information coming in, so I feel like we was processing a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of made us a step slow,
Yeah.
and we kind of simplified it at halftime, and it made it a little more easier.
Is this something that can kind of vault you guys forward? I mean, you got that huge game against Memphis here coming up.
I didn't hear what you said.
You say it again?
No, I mean, do you think this performance is something you guys can really build from as you head into another tough game at Memphis?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, especially on the road.
Yes.
Top 25 team, we're going to have to be doing that both halves and scoring the ball. So, I mean, it's good, though. It feels good. You know, we just got to keep stringing along.
I feel like it definitely gives us a little boost, you know. Start off conference, win the first one. That's what everybody want to do. And we did it, so we just got to keep building on it.